We're visiting with Rob and Christina Ibanez in downtown Chicago.
Rob and I met in college. We had a class together, and the very first day we were paired up on a project.
I thought she was beautiful, and it was so simple because there was no game involved. I literally was just like, well, I need your number so we can, work on this project.
We just sort of never stopped seeing each other.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's great. Chris and I are just starting our journey together, and I'd like to know if we're doing the right things to set ourselves up for success.
So Rob, Christina, what do you do for income and where does it go?
We both work as bartenders right now. We make enough money to pay our bills, but we never know how much money we're gonna have at the end of the month.
We have a joint checking account, and then we try to throw some in savings if we can.
Yeah.
What you might want to think about is a separate account for each of you, because most couples have disagreements about money. Things like how often she gets her nails done or whatever your particular electronic passion might be, but just something that you know that you can spend without having to answer for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Another thing you should talk about is what the limit is for making independent purchases. I don't know if you've run into this yet, but a lot of couples have the issue where somebody goes out and buys something because you need it.
Like recently, we got a new couch that I was told we needed, and I ended up sleeping on said couch. I was very much in the wrong on that one.
With couples, you need to discuss these things and simply decide on an amount, because that prevents a lot of surprises.
Rob and I are actually really good with our money. We have an open communication about spending, and I just kind of trust him not to go over his limit, and he trusts me not to go over my limit.
We still try to have fun, even if it means renting a movie versus going out, or making a nice dinner versus eating at a really nice restaurant. We still try to enjoy our time together.
So do you guys have benefits at work?
We have life insurance outside of our jobs, just privately, and then we just started your 401k.
Yeah.
Because obviously saving for retirement is incredibly important, and you both want to have retirement funds.
Right.
This is the best time to get going because you have so many years ahead of you for that compound interest to build up. If you put even $1,000 aside now, it's going to be worth $20,000 or more in retirement.
Right.
Did it start when you were married or before?
We just started the 401k about 6 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people get married and they don't realize they haven't changed the beneficiaries on their life insurance or their retirement.
Yeah.
That's who the money goes to, regardless of what your will says. And look at your bank accounts as well, because a lot of those can be pay on death, and you might have signed up a beneficiary for it and not even thought about it.
Right.
So make sure that if there is a beneficiary, it's who you want the money to go to.
Right.
Right. Let me ask, with his job, he has the option to put money away in a 401k, and with me, I don't necessarily want to wait until I have a job. So what kind of option do I have to put money away right now?
That's a great question. You actually have several options. You can use a traditional IRA, which allows you to put up to $5,000 into an account, and that is tax deductible. Your other option is a Roth IRA. And with the Roth, you don't get the tax deduction when you put the money in, but it's tax-free when you take it out. Do you guys have a will?
No. No.
Well, it's not that unusual. In fact, most Americans don't have a will. But the reality is, if you don't make a plan for where your stuff goes, the state will do it for you.
Yeah.
And it might not be what you want. And more than your stuff, you want to have two legal documents. They're called durable powers of attorney. And you can have a durable power of attorney for healthcare and a durable power of attorney for finances. It's horrible to think about, but if one of you were in an accident or had a major illness and were incapacitated, you need to have someone making decisions for you.
Okay.
Now, we hope you live a long and wonderful life with nothing bad happening,
Right.
but having those two documents can make a huge difference in your quality of life. And it's all legal and tied up. Nobody has to go to court to take over.
Right.
So you guys are just starting out, and you've got a wonderful future ahead of you. You just need to organize your finances so you have some freedom without suspicion, and make sure you take care of those legal documents so that you can sleep well at night.
After talking to Liz, I feel a lot better about where we are as a couple and a lot better about where we need to go in the future. We can still achieve our goals and not have to alter our life drastically.